Welcome back here to another episode of the Easy Money Sports Podcast. Of course, me, myself, as always, Sanders here. Got my guy Dupree here with me.
What's going on? What's going on, Sanders? How we feeling? How we feeling tonight?
Man, bro, another week. Can't
Yeah.
complain. I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I rested up a little bit over the weekend. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Enjoyed everything. And, got it all back together, man. Had a had an extra long weekend since Monday was President's Day. I didn't have to worry about going in. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I,
So
I hope y'all enjoyed that because we
yeah,
worked. So
tight. You know what I mean?
you
So
feel what I'm saying? So hope you
yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, so got that little rest. So it's kind of weird because it's kind of like everything's kind of pushed back for another day. So Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
kind of feel like Monday, then
Yeah.
Wednesday feel like Tuesday. Today being Thursday, Thursday kind of feel like Wednesday. So you're like, oh, it's almost over. But really, when you think about it,
It is over.
tomorrow Friday, and it's like, dang, okay, well,
Yeah.
you know. To make you want to like debate, like, dang, which day you rather have off? Would you rather have Monday off or Friday off?
Oof, that's a good question.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Cause it's
almost would.
kind of
I
like,
almost would say.
cause it's kind
That's
of like
Sunday.
Friday will jumpstart your weekend a little early.
Yeah.
But having Monday off, ooh, I got a little extended going
I
on
would
that
probably
back
say.
end.
I would probably say Friday. I would probably
Yeah,
want Friday off. That Sunday going into Monday. That's all. I mean, Sunday I was going into Monday. I was like,
it's
dang
rough.
man, the
Yeah, it's
weekend
rough
is the
for
weekend
sure.
is over. But if you have Monday, I don't know. Me personally, if I have Monday off, Tuesday, I think that's gonna
It's
be even
hard.
harder.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for sure.
That might be even harder. So I might have to go Friday with that one.
It's
I might
hard.
have to go Friday.
I I'm 50-50. I mean, it
Yeah,
really don't matter to me. But if I had to choose, honestly, if I had to choose, I'd probably say Friday too, just
yeah,
so I don't feel so. Just because I know, all right, even if like when that Sunday roll into Monday, it's like, dang. But I'm like, all right, I pushed through Monday, I pushed through
hmm
Tuesday, Wednesday, and I get to Thursday. I'm like, okay, we made it. And then I'm like, well, shoot.
It is
We
what it
good.
is.
We
Yeah, we
good. We
good.
good. We good. So
Yeah.
I probably have to slide with Friday too. But I don't know. I think you can't go wrong with either one of those days being
Nah.
off for sure, man. Because it's
Three
just,
day weekend, you take it either way.
yeah, for sure, all the time,
3 day
yeah,
weekend,
all the
yeah.
time, all the time. But man, lots been going on here, going through the month, February, man. We, of course, it goes like this. So it's almost time, for the end of February going into March.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Baseball reporting in. They getting ready to get started up here with spring training and everything like that. Uh,
Yes.
it's gonna be a great year for some, a tough year for others. You know, a bunch of I don't knows. You
Yeah.
feel me? And also the talks of possible expansion
Yeah.
going on in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
MLB. So now they're looking to push for. They at 30. They're looking to push for 32. So two more teams
Mm-hmm.
possibly. Uh, One of the locations that they're thinking about is in Nashville.
Yep.
I think the other one I think they thought about was maybe Salt Lake City.
Yep. Salt Lake
Um,
City.
yeah, so
It
it's
looks like the A's are moving to. They look like they're trying to finalize that move to Vegas.
to Vegas. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they're
it
trying
looks
to go
like
to
Vegas
Vegas.
getting another professional team headed their
Mm-hmm.
way there. So a lot going on right there in the world of baseball. Then of course, with college basketball, both men and women's, they're getting closer and closer here to wrapping up the end of the season. Going into these conference tournaments, so they're nearing the end of the regular season here, going into these conference tournaments. Once they
Mm-hmm.
get ready for that, it's time for of course, March Madness with the NCAA tournament. The ones who don't make it end up going to the NIT and everything like that. So a lot of that is going on. Then of course you got the NBA rolling along here. Just finished off the All Star break.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's most of the league is coming back, having games tonight as we speak. So that's going on and everything like that. And speaking of All Star, I mean, obviously All Star Weekend just wrapped up over a few days ago. Uh, Out there in Indianapolis. Um, a lot of mixed reviews, far as
Mm-hmm.
like with location on how everything was and everything like that. But I think all in all, a pretty decent weekend. I mean, it's a lot of basketball history in the state of Indiana,
No
in
doubt.
Indianapolis itself. I mean, you're talking about, of course, guys like Isaiah Thomas, who played for Bob Knight at Indiana University. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Larry Bird went to Indiana State. Reggie Miller, a long time Indiana Pacer. I mean, just
Mm-hmm.
of course. So there's a lot of basketball history there. So that was that. But then you look at the fact of the celebrity game, and it was All Star Saturday night, and then of course with the All Star game in itself, and we know how the All Star game has become now. It's been very, to say the least, lackadaisical
Mm-hmm.
at times, not as ultimately competitive. Uh, Besides from a few years here and there, but it's been it's been real bad. And honestly, the All Star game got a lot of bad flack for just how uncompetitive it was. Um, like I think at one point right before the half, I think Luca threw up a shot from like 70 feet that hit like the almost hit the shot clock, and his thoughts was saying jokingly analytics 2 for 1, but it was just like that. That's a horrible shot.
That
Why would
ain't
you
it, bro.
take that? Like,
Yeah,
why would you
that ain't
take
it.
that? And the East scored 211 points.
Yeah,
I think that was a
211.
record. So it was just, I don't know, man. It was just real bad. Obviously I wasn't looking forward to really see what was gonna happen with the game. I'm glad they kind of went back to the East West format. I
Mm-hmm.
think that was pretty cool, but I kind of thought they should have kept like what they did with the Elam Indian, like the target score, because I think when it, like, even though like the first couple of quarters they do kind of go around and be a
Mm-hmm.
little lackadaisical and everything like that. If it was close enough, like I think the first year they did it when they was in Chicago, if it's close enough, it got real competitive. Like you felt like it was back on the right path. But these last few couple years, it hasn't been so, and this year was, let's just be honest, it was god awful, right? Um, that's just from the game in itself. All Star Saturday night was kind of meh. I mean, the 3 point competition was nice, but like the dunk competition was underwhelming. At least
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of people has been giving suggestions on what they should or shouldn't do anymore, as far as like with All Star Weekend. What is it that's, I guess, number one? What's so different about now that guys don't seem like they're just really competing, even though like I know it's supposed to be a break and nobody's trying
Mm-hmm.
to get hurt or nothing like that. But what is going on in that to where they can get this fixed to where people can kind of get back to looking forward to All Star Weekend, seeing basically the best of the best play in the best pickup game ever.
I would say the big thing, I guess, the best thing would be to put some type of incentive on it. The players aren't going there to compete like they used to, like it was however many years ago. The guys just aren't going there and looking for that level of competition anymore. They're going, it's a weekend, they get to go and kind of chill and do their thing. They're all stars, which is cool, um, but they're just not looking to compete. So you're gonna have to add some type of incentive to it. I don't think money. I don't think money is going to help. Those guys are getting paid a lot of money. So I don't. I mean, who won one extra? An extra check for winning the game. Like that might be enough, but I don't think money is the answer. I did see something that kind of piqued my interest. You could, and I think MLB does it as well in their All Star game. Whichever side wins, you have to do East versus West. But whichever side wins, they get home court advantage for that following year's finals. I think that's something that have the guys compete for sure. That's something in the back of the mind, especially for guys that are contenders. But then you get into some guys' teams they're not going to make the finals. So do they care? Do they not? But it's a pride thing, and that might be something that could get the players competitive juices going, get that fervor back into the game. I don't know, man. To be honest with you, I'm kind of lost because I don't ever watch. I don't watch the Pro Bowl. I don't watch the MLB All Star game. I don't watch the NBA All Star game. I don't watch them. I've never watched the Pro Bowl. I've never watched the NBA All Star game. I watch Saturday nights, but I do not watch the All Star game because it's not a. It's for what? I don't care to see guys not play defense, jack up any shot. Like I don't care to see that. Like I want to see you play ball, and they don't. I yeah, I just don't. I don't watch it. Um, as far as Saturday night, I do watch the Saturday nights. I watch Saturday nights every year. Um, and I the skills challenge was lackluster this year, and I think it was okay. It was okay. I think the big thing was like Ant Edwards was kind of playing around, like shooting the three, left-handed, that whole deal. Like he did that. The 3-point contest, man, that's the event of the night. That's the event of the night now. It was a dunk contest. It's not anymore. The 3-point contest still is the show, especially when they did the Steph versus Sabrina thing, and Sabrina came out. I'm talking about on fire. She hit 26. She scored 26 points. It's like, dude, like that's what they were doing in the regular 3-point contest. Like she might have been able to win the 3-point contest with was in the actual competition. So that was entertaining. Um, the dunk contest just was not it, and it's sad. It's sad because I enjoy the dunk contest. We in our lifetime have seen some great dunk contests, and I'm not talking. I was 3 when the 2000 when the 2000 dunk contest happened, right? I mean, from the time when Nate Robinson won, at the time when Dwight Howard, like we've seen some good dunk contests all the way up until the 2050. You had Zach LaVine in 2015, Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon in 2016. Then you had Aaron Gordon again the next year. Like we've seen some good ones, man. These last couple of years have been god awful, just terrible. And this past one was just as bad. Everybody is killing Jaylen Brown. Everybody's killing Jaylen Brown. I actually was his performance great? No. All right. But Jaylen Brown is not known as a dunker. Let's just get that out the way. He's not known as a flashy dunker. Jaylen Brown is a power dunker. And I give props to Jaylen Brown for at least being a star in this league and having the guts to go and do the dunk contest. Because I don't know when the last time a actual bona fide star has went and competed in the dunk contest. I had no clue who Jamie is it. I don't. I want the guy. My man's from the Heat.
Yeah, the rookie out of UCLA. Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't think. I can't. I
I
know
can't think of
his
his
first
name
name
right
is
now,
Jamie.
but yeah, yeah.
I had no clue who he is. No clue who he is. It was him. Yeah, JB. Uh, Obi Toppin's little brother. I can't remember his first name, but Toppin
Want to say
is.
Jacob or Jace?
I
It
think it
was with a
was.
J.
I think it's Jacob. And then obviously, and then Mac McClung. Mac McClung in the G League. He in the dunk. He won it last year in the dunk contest again this past season. This year as well. His performance was not as great as it was last year, right? But we didn't know what to expect from Mac McClung. Like we didn't know. All we knew was we remember what we saw what he did in high school. He was dunking on people in high school. So you have no clue what he was going to do in the dunk contest last year. But going back to Jaylen Brown, the fact that he was like, "I'll do it," is what we at least need to see because the guys who should be doing it aren't doing it. The superstars, the guys that you see, the guys that we know who should be in the dunk contest, don't do it, man. So that's why you go and you get these other guys that we haven't heard of before, and then when they don't perform the way we want them to, we're all upset and we're mad and looking like, well, this was terrible. It was like, well, the guys that should be doing it, man, don't do it. I know John Moran was hurt, but like John Moran should do a dunk contest. Zion Williamson should do a dunk contest. You brought up Anthony Edwards in the group. And Edwards should do the dunk contest. Like those dudes should be out there doing the dunk contest. Like and they won't. They don't. Maybe Ja will do it. Maybe he won't. Maybe Zion will. Maybe he won't. And I'm not sure. You know, who knows? But those are the guys that we need to see do the dunk contest. That'll bring back that cachet and that excitement to Saturday night. You end the night with a dunk contest, and the way that ended on Saturday night, I was like, man, whatever. Like it wasn't good, man. It just was not good. And then you couple that with if you got someone like myself was like I'll watch Saturday night, and the way you look and you see how Saturday night ended with a dunk contest, what makes you think I want to tune into the All Star game the next night? Why would I want to tune in to watch them not play at all? They scored 211 points, and I don't care because I'm not going to watch it. Like I have no zero plans of watching it ever, to be honest with you. But to see how Saturday night ended for the casual viewer, to see how Saturday night ended, and then turn around and be like, tune in Sunday night because we got the All Star game, and they scored 211 points. You combined almost scored 400 points. You're not, I I don't know, man, but I don't know what they're gonna do with the dunk contest. They gotta figure out something because it's not good. It's not good right now. The 3-point contest right now at this point, the 3-point contest needs to be the last event of the night because the dunk contest is not it. Figure something. I don't know. You get these young stars to do it. I've heard Stephen A. Smith. He keeps calling for a national like tournament across the country, like dunk tournament across the country. Get some of these NBA players to sponsor guys and bring the top 5 guys, from wherever. Bring them in, have like a pot. The winner gets $1 million and kind of go from there. I'm cool with that because I've seen some dunks on Instagram where like that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and the dudes in the league don't want to do it. So why not, man? Give away $1 million to the winner, 500 to second place, and you can get some to third place too, man. Let these dudes that's out here just kind of doing their thing. Let them come up and compete in the dunk contest because these dudes in the NBA aren't. They're not doing it. So the best guys, the guys that we would want to see, they just aren't doing it. And the guys that are doing it, the performances are not. I mean, I don't know, man. Some of them dunks on Saturday night was just like, okay, like I guess, bro. Like so, yeah, they got to figure something out, man. It was bad before. It's getting real bad. It's getting real bad now. It's getting real bad. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? What's the things that you think that they could do to make it better?
Uh, I think I said it a few years back. I kind of got to the point where I come to terms that the superstars aren't going to participate in the dunk contest,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay with that now at this point because if that's how you want to be, fine. Because there's no point of us sitting up here trying to constantly beg you or be like, "Hey, when you gonna throw your name in there? When you gonna throw your name in there? When you gonna do it? When you gonna do it? When you
Mm-hmm.
gonna do it? You should do it. You should do it. You should do it." At that point, it's becoming that we're begging. So I just think that I haven't got to the point where I think we should scrap it. I've heard people say they just scrap it completely, just say forget
Mm-hmm.
the dunk contest. That's hard for me to say just yet because it's guys out there. They just gotta be willing to participate. So I'm thinking, I say, all right, if we can't get the superstars, that's fine. We can't get the superstars, but let's find guys that we know are athletic, can jump out the gym. They can do something that can just get the crowd hype. You know what I mean? Like, and I think what the problem is for it is that I feel like it's a mix of the older guys when they mention like the Stephen A. Smiths, like all the guys who grew up
Mm-hmm.
seeing Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, Dr. J, and Vince Carter, Jason
Mm-hmm.
Richardson, the ones we seen who took over like a dunk contest, right? All those guys that we're naming when they participated, Kobe, when they participated, it was before social media got like, a thing, right? Or was even thought
Mm.
of real big. And I feel like these guys now are afraid of, well, if I don't do well in a dunk contest, I'm gonna get talked about on Twitter. I'm gonna become a meme, or whatever like that. Which is why goes back to your point. I commend Jaylen Brown for doing it because he's just like, hell, I did it.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody else doing it. Like, what's up? But but he's not a. You don't look at him as a dunker. He's an in game dunker. You don't look at him
yeah.
like athlete. Well, I don't say he's not an athlete, but just his
He's not a
you don't
Skywalker, man. He's not a
yeah you don't
Skywalker.
yeah. So I feel like if we can't get the guys who we know they can jump out of the gym at least far as name wise, at least let's just find the guys like for example with Zach LaVine, right? If you were a casual fan, if you were just a casual and didn't know much about basketball, honestly, when he came in the dunk contest, you didn't know much about him, so you didn't know
I
what
had
could
no
happen.
clue. Yeah.
But obviously, if you follow basketball, if you've seen the highlights of him back in high
Mm-hmm.
school. Just the how high up he can jump and everything like that. So when it came to him in 2015 doing the dunk contest, it was like, okay, cool. Like you kind of expected, but for ones who didn't, it's like, dang, I ain't know he had it in him. Just like Aaron
Mm-hmm.
Gordon, like, dang, I ain't know he had it in him where he could get up like that. So I I guess really just find the guys who one is willing to participate. Um, two that that what I'm saying, like, okay, they got some ups. They got a vert. They can be creative. You know everything like that. But then I also feel like I don't want to say we gotten spoiled, but how much else can they do anymore? Like, do you? I don't want to say that we've seen
I'm
like every dunk, but you
I'm
know what I
I'm gonna
mean. It's
send you,
kind
I'm
of
gonna send
like
you a video I saw. I'm gonna send you a video I saw on Instagram. This
for
is stuff
sure,
that they could,
for
bro.
sure,
This let
for
me show
sure.
you.
But it's but the
This is
but the
stuff that they
guys
could
got to
do.
be. I mean, the guys got to be
Yeah.
willing to do it. Like honestly, like I would love for it to be Ja, Zion,
Mm-hmm.
and then throw in. I don't give a damn who else you throw in. Like I mean, bring back a Derrick Jones Jr. I mean, like what I'm saying. Like they had the
Yeah.
ups. You know what I'm saying. Like them guys had ups. They can dunk, and they could put on a show. Somebody's got to
Mm-hmm.
be willing to put on a show, man. Like for sure, because if not, it's gonna get to the point where I'm gonna say just scrap it, figure it out to where maybe if you take it away, they'll be like, dang, we took this for granted. All right, let's get back to it.
We gotta get right. Yeah. I don't know,
Now,
man.
I
It's
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if you saw this or not. I'm pretty sure you have, but I saw First Take on Monday, and they talked about this, and pretty much Stephen A. Smith blames LeBron James for all of this because he never participated in a dunk contest. So he feels like because if you think about it, some of the guys we mentioned before, Kobe,
Mm-hmm.
Mike, Neek, Vince, you know, Josh Smith, Jason, so these were guys like either superstars, Hall of Famers, or prominent guys that ended up having long careers or pretty
Mm-hmm.
decent careers, and all because he just decided not at least not one time to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw my name. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I'm go ahead. I'm gonna throw my name and
Mm-hmm.
and do a dunk contest. When if it, now he feels like okay, well he ain't do it. Why I need to do it? I don't know if I can go that far to blame it on on LeBron like that. The reason why we have the demise of the dunk contest, but it would have been nice to see him in one for sure.
No
It
doubt.
it, it would have been nice to see him in one. Um, why not? So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. And then as far as like with the All Star game, now I'll tell you this. Um, growing up, I watched the Pro Bowl. I didn't mind watching it
Okay.
because I feel like when we were younger, they were more competitive. Like, you know, and obviously nobody was out there trying to, hurt each other or nothing like that. Obviously they
Mm-hmm.
know like this is just a an exhibition and everything like that. But ain't nobody's job on the line or nothing like that. Woo,
Yeah.
woo. So it's just kind of like, all right, whatever. But and then even with baseball, like I don't watch it as much, but the All Star game I kind of tune into it because honestly, I feel like that's one All Star game you can't really BS around in baseball because the pitcher ain't gonna throw no lackadaisical pitch. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't
Nah.
they not tossing the ball underhand. You know what I mean? Like they gonna bring it. So I you know what I'm saying? I think it's that, but um maybe I don't know. I'm with you as far as like with the money. I don't know if there's if money could really do anything for it just because it's the All Star game.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know they tried to make a comparison about with the in season tournament and the money they got for that, but you got to think like that's your team and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's not getting paid the same. So of course that 500 bands, that half a mil means something. You know what I'm
I'll take
saying
that.
to some that means something to some others. So I don't know. You could throw some money in there for the incentive, but most of these guys that you talking about that's on these all star teams are probably already got their big contract or on the way to have their big contract or then
Mm-hmm.
had multiple they getting paid already good money anyway. So it's kind of like I don't know if they'll do anything. Maybe you do like king of the court. Maybe you do just have whoever the top 20, top 30 scores, by average of their points. Let them go 1-on-1. This supposed to be this supposed to be the best of the best. Well, this will I don't know that could get something going. Tell them hey three dribbles max. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like who got it
Yeah.
that way? I don't know. I don't know what they can do. I don't know what they can do right now, man. It's just, but something has to give because it's a old clip is resurfacing too with Kobe Bryant saying how like dudes are playing harder at a pickup game at UCLA
They are.
and there's nobody watching compared to you got people filing in from all over the place to come meet
Mm-hmm.
you here at Indianapolis, New Orleans, Orlando,
Mm-hmm.
LA, Denver. I mean, I'm just naming places where the All Star games, has been there before, whatever. Charlotte, like
Yeah.
Atlanta. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you you got all these people coming in to come see you. Regular fans, celebrities, whatever they are there, and then of course the people who want to sit there and watch TV because they're a fan of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you not want to put on a show for that? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man. What Kobe said is right, man. You play harder in these pickup games in the summer than you do for the All Star game. I don't get it. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is you can do. Football is a little different. You see what they did? They were like bump it. We just gonna go to flag. Like we just go to flag. Like they ain't out here hitting anyway. We just go to flag
yeah,
ball.
yeah,
The king of the court thing, like I guess, but I don't know. If I was gonna go and be in attendance, I would not want to go and watch 1-on-1. But that's me. I don't plan on
yeah,
going,
yeah,
so that is what it is. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I ain't. I'm
yeah.
not. Like I said, I'm indifferent because I don't plan on watching. I know other people are, but it's like I don't ever plan on watching it, man. Because it's just not. These All Star games aren't. They just aren't what I feel like it's supposed to be from a competitive standpoint. So I just don't.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
but
and
I do
I
agree. You brought up my bad. Let me cut you off. You did bring up the point about what Stephen A. Smith said about LeBron. I kind of agree. I kind of agree because since LeBron, I could say, or if you say since LeBron's been in the league, I can think of maybe one superstar that has done the dunk contest. Maybe one. If you want to consider prime Dwight Howard, superstar, well, I think a lot of
I,
people
I
would.
would, yeah, I would.
I would say he's the last. He's the only one, or he's the last bona fide superstar to do the dunk contest. Since then, I don't know if you could. I don't. When Blake Griffin did his, he wasn't a superstar.
Right.
Blake Griffin was a skywalker, but he wasn't a superstar. Like I don't know if Blake ever got to superstardom in the NBA, but
Mm.
he's the last. Dwight Howard is the last one I could think of that had that status and did the dunk contest. Nate Robinson was not. JaVale McGee was not. Giannis was not. Joe Green, no. Victor Oladipo, no. Levine, Gordon, Derrick Jones Jr., Toppin. Go. I mean, you just keep naming
Now,
them and
was there
naming them.
wasn't
Andre
it a year?
Iguodala, like
Wasn't there one year where but that's the year they did like the team dunk thing. Then they have one where it's like John Wall and Paul George is on one together. It
I
was
can't
one of
even
them.
remember.
It was one of them weird. It was one of them years where they did something a little different with the dunk
Yeah.
contest. But even still, like yeah, I
So it's
could you even
like,
say at that point would you even consider them superstars then? No. So
yeah. But it's like you and I did see the clip you're talking about where it's Dr. J did it, Dominique did it, Mike did it. Uh, that's my man to play for Sean Kemp, Kobe, like the guys in the league, the dudes in the league, they did it. LeBron should have did it, and I do feel like he was the next one after Kobe. He was the next guy to be like, boom, dunk contest. He never did it, and I do feel like indirectly in a way him not doing it has
it
lent
holds some
to
weight. Yeah,
some of the other guys being like, man, Bron didn't do it. Why I got to do it? Like, if
I feel
LeBron
that.
didn't do it and people consider him the best ever, why I got to do it? Like, I shouldn't have to do that. So I do see where it's coming from. I do kind of agree with that.
And
Because it
I think with that, right, it's because like you see them sometimes like in the layup lines, you see them do some stuff,
going
and it's just
crazy.
like, okay, bro, if you can do that, come on, man. Like one
You
time
could
you
have gave
couldn't
us one like
just one.
think about like prime Miami. Like when he was in Miami, if he did it back then, 2011, 2012. I mean, you can go back before that, but if you go
I
like
mean, if he was like we talking about the first MVP Cleveland, like if the what? Yeah,
just,
man,
I
he
mean,
could have.
just one, just give me one. So I do think indirectly, him not doing it definitely has had a trickle effect on what has happened. Like I said, I think Dwight Howard is the last superstar to actually do the dunk contest. I'll have to go back and look. I haven't looked back at the competitors over the years, but just off the top of my head, Dwight Howard is the last superstar that I can think of that did the dunk contest, and he did it twice.
Yeah, I give you that just because I'm trying to think of others too, but I'm also thinking at the time that they did it, they
They were
weren't
more, yeah, they
yeah
were more budding, like
yeah or
budding
like they was
stars
just
that kind of
young,
moving towards,
yeah.
yeah,
So we
hmm
I yeah I can't really think of I can't really think of none after that neither. So it's just
hmm
I don't know, man, but hopefully they figure something out.
yeah,
If not, they I don't know. They might have to just scrap it all and just come and somebody come up with something else, man, and just I don't know, figure it out. But some's gonna have to give, man. They got to get that worked out
hmm
for sure because that's supposed to be a time where we supposed to come back and be like, bruh, did you see? Like,
hmm
oh, how did you miss? Hey, you had to, you know what I mean? Like, it can't be just because think about it, man. Like, because you got to think too, right? Like, I guess it's okay to like have some of the younger unknown guys in there too to
for
kind of give
sure,
them to
for
put their
sure, for
names out
sure.
there to give them a
hmm
chance, right? But it's kind of like, all right, eventually, like after the dunk contest, I saw them, interview Matt McClung, and they was like, "You want to try to come back and do it again for a three-peat?" And it's just like, man, he trying to make a roster, bro. Like
He trying to get
he
on
in,
an NBA team.
yeah, he trying to get on
I
the
keep
NBA
doing this dunk
team, bro.
contest
You know what I'm
because
saying? Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna keep doing this. Philly
yeah,
signed me. Philly signed me so I could do it last year. Like that's the only reason why Philly signed Matt McClung is so he could do it.
yeah. I mean, so
And
it's
then he went
like,
right back to the G League, man. Like I'm trying to make a roster.
and he putting up numbers down there, bro. Like he hooping.
I haven't even
You know what I
looked. Oh yeah,
mean?
he is.
He hooping. He putting up numbers down there. So it's like, bro is trying to make a roster, man. We can't keep
Mm-hmm.
trying to. You can't be like, hey, bro, hey, get up. You in the dunk contest.
Come, come,
That's
come
it.
back.
That's it. Yeah. It's like, come
Come
on,
holler at
man.
us. Come holler
It's
at us
like,
real
yeah,
quick.
it's like, come on, man. Y'all can't keep doing that. So it's like,
Mm-mm.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like, but golly, bro, we can't have it to where it's just like you looking and like we can't even say who was in it or be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that was Obi Toppin little brother. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
And no,
Like, come on, bro.
now
And
I
it's
gotta look him up. I
it's
don't,
it
no
is not trying to
disrespect.
like it's
Yeah.
not trying to disrespect, but it's like, come on, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's gotta be somebody willing to participate, and they gotta have like the proven like bunnies. You know what I mean? Like when Obi was in it, it was like if you saw him at Dayton, you like, okay, he
He's
had some
getting up.
bunnies. You know what I mean? So it was like that's cool. You know what I mean? Like that's fine. But
Mm-hmm. Is Jacob Toppin, Jamie
Jacob,
Jaquez Jr.
gotcha. You know what I
Jamie
mean?
Jaquez Jr.
So
along
it's
with
just
Jalen
like,
Brown and Matt McClung. But yeah, like you said, yeah, Obi Toppin, little bruh. We know they
so,
got ups, but
yeah,
you know, I don't know.
some gotta give, man. But uh, I guess they'll try to figure something out here soon, man. But meanwhile, as the teams getting ready to get back here to finish out this back half of the season, after much needed break, All Star break, man, right after it was done, or right after All Star Weekend concluded, come to find out, Brooklyn Nets go and fire Jock Vaughn. Um, Pretty much the following day after the All Star game,
Mm-hmm.
um, the Nets sitting at 21-33. At the time right now, I know they having a game going on, or they had a game against Toronto tonight, so no telling if they won or lost that one. But at that time, they were just 2.5 games back out of the
Mm-hmm.
play-in spot at 11. Um, Started out the season 15-15, but 6-18 since pretty much the end of December. Um, Seems like from what it was told that Vaughn just pretty much kind of lost the locker room
Mm-hmm.
from that point on, and so now they have a head coach, interim head coach now, Kevin Ollie, who former head coach at UConn, won the national championship there, played in the NBA for I think a good long time too,
Mm-hmm.
as well. So um, I guess really it's just like did that catch you kind of by surprise? Just because I know like yeah they've been struggling, but they were still right there in the thick of it. To be in the mix of the play in,
Mm-hmm.
and where do they go from here? Is this trying to just is this shifting into a rebuild to where they're trying to build guys around Mikal Bridges or what? Like what? I don't know. Brooklyn's one of those teams, and at this point was kind of like I don't know what direction they're trying to go in.
Yeah, I think they could have let him finish out the year just to see you at All Star break. You're more than halfway through the season. See if they can get into the play in. You never know, because Atlanta holds that 10th spot right now in the play in. So I think they could have let them ride it out through the rest of this season and just see what happens. But I think it's just going to be let's see what Kevin Ollie can do. Can he kind of right the ship? Can he get them into the play in? And maybe if he does, maybe they'll take the interim tag off. I don't know what the Nets are going to do. They have some pieces. Obviously, got Mikal Bridges, got Cam Thomas. Like you got some guys that can play, um, but I think they could have let Quest stay and then finish out the year and just see. I mean, you never know. They weren't going to win the championship. It's okay. Maybe if he gets them to the play in, maybe we got something that we can build upon. But you know, those higher ups, the people that get paid to make those decisions, they okay, we got to make a move, and that's the move they decide to make. So I don't know what they do, because I do believe that they have some talent. I mean, the whole Kevin Durant, Kyrie. and James Harden thing that just that put them in a hole big time. Um, Thought they had something and it never really came to fruition. So it's been tough on them since then. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but I thought they could have held on to him. They didn't. So we'll see what Kevin Ollie can do, who has proven to be a pretty good head coach at the college ranks. Like you said, playing the league. So we'll see what he's got.
Yeah, kind of same with me. It just kind of just caught me by surprise. I was just thinking, like, I mean, I know, like, they haven't been like that great,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, they wasn't in the like you said, they wasn't like in the mix to be like one of the teams to come out of the East or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but I don't know. I mean, I guess wait and see. It's been a rough few years for Brooklyn. I mean, they
Yeah.
just literally like 3-4 years ago we were talking about how much potential they could have had to constantly continuously be in the mix in the East and having Kyrie and KD and then adding James Harden in and just like that just it failed
Mm-hmm.
miserably, and it's just trying to figure out what to do with that. Um, Me personally, I think they should build around Cam Thomas. I mean, because I
He's
don't know.
like
That's
that.
that's that's another thing that kind of confused me too, right? Like they'll play him a couple of games, and I know sometimes like with his scoring, his volume it could be up and down because of the way like him shooting right now, but they'll play him for a few games, and then like he'll go like two or three games and not barely getting any minutes or not playing, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like,
Make it
bro,
make
that
sense,
that
man.
that, that that's one of them dogs I got over there, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
he one of them. Like I don't know, man. So Brooklyn, they got a lot to figure out what to work on. But like
Mm-hmm.
you said, we'll see what Coach Ollie does, man. Hopefully, he can get them guys back on the right track. Because like I said, they really not they're not out of it. They're right there in the thick of it to try to
Yeah.
get into the play in and everything like that. You just never really know what could happen. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully they could you know get it all together, man. But tough, tough to say just because
Yeah.
they don't really have. I mean, you don't know what the floor is, nor really what the ceiling is. So
Yeah.
it's kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like where can you even rate any of that? Which is you see now we kind of even struggling to try to even figure out
What it is to do with them.
what it is to do with them. Like we know, like you said, we know they do have some pieces in there in play, and probably some draft capital and everything like
Mm-hmm.
that. But that it's tough, and the East is gradually just getting better. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you got your normal heavy hitters with Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, but now you got to add in Cleveland, New York,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Indy with the moves that they made and the pieces they got. You know what I mean? Can't forget about Miami. You
Mm-hmm.
know, can't forget about Miami. So that's just that's already about what 6, 7, 8 teams we just reeled off already. So who knows, man? But interesting to see what happens. I hopefully that Coach Ali just gets them in the right direction, man, and they get back to competing because it did look like a couple of games that they played the last few times with Jock Fun there. They kind of just I don't want to say gave up, but
Mm-hmm.
pretty close to it. So
Yeah.
you know we'll see, man. But big news coming out in the college football world. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and we didn't think this day would never come. But it's finally here. It's finally back. NCAA college football is gonna be back, man. They got it in the works. It's coming. It's a done deal. We've seen the trailer and everything like that. So I know everybody's excited. I'm excited. I don't own a gaming system. This might make me wanna. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? this
you might
might
want
be.
to go get some
This
sticks,
might
my
this
guy.
might make me want to go back and be like, man, let me let's see, how much this is now.
Yeah.
That bet, all right, you know what I mean. So, you know, but some details into it. They've
Mm-hmm.
released details into going on with the game and everything like that. So no release date just yet. But here's some of the rundown on some of it. So all 134 FBS schools will be in the
Mm-hmm.
game. So from your Alabamas and Texas and Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech, South Carolina, Penn State, Oregon, all the way down to Kennesaw State,
Yeah.
Florida Atlantic, Bowling Green, whatever you think, all the FBS schools are in there. Um, at the moment, none of the FCS schools are in. So they
Mm-hmm.
say in this first installment, but I know sometimes they end up doing updates throughout the game and stuff like that. So who knows what can happen? So no FCS schools in there. So none of them, but you got all 134 FBS schools. That's cool. Um, I think they have it to where for every player who opts in to want to be into the game, they're going to receive $600 plus a free copy of the game, which I think
Mm-hmm.
the game is supposed to be valued around $65, $70 when it comes out. So I think that's cool. They could start opting in today. And I think the deadline for this first wave of it, they have from now until the end of April, so April 30th,
Okay.
to opt in. They're expected to have 11,000 or more to go ahead and just to opt in. So a lot of guys
Opt in.
probably will go ahead and do it. If they don't do it by the April 30th deadline, I think they have to wait until whenever the next update is supposed to be within the
Okay.
game and everything like that. They're gonna have Road to Glory, Dynasty mode. They're gonna have it all, man. They bringing most of the features back from all the older NCAA footballs, which was the last two, which was I think 13 and 14 is where they had all of that in there too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then the broadcasting personalities. So majority of them, well, all of them, I think, besides one, come from ESPN or formerly ESPN as well. So Reese Davis, Chris
Mm-hmm.
Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Jesse Palmer, I think Kevin O'Connors or Kevin Connors. I may mispronounce his name. I think it's Kevin Connors, and David Pollock. All supposed to be pretty
Okay.
much the broadcasters on there for it. I wish they would have got Gus Johnson.
Man,
That would have been
that
it.
would be hard.
That would have been hard right there for
That'd be
sure.
hard,
But
man.
uh I mean, bro, on a scale of 1 to infinity, how excited you are that we finally got it back, man, and it's here. We got NCAA finally back.
What did Buzz Lightyear say? Infinity and beyond.
Yes, sir.
I don't care how much the game is, bro. I'm getting it, and I'm probably getting a new console. Probably getting a new console, and I'm getting the game. It's straight like that, bro. I am so excited because they've been pump faking this for years, and they finally. I mean, I still have 14, man. I
I
still
still
got it.
got 13.
I have it, man. And it's like I just like golly, man. Like, just bring college football. Just bring the game back, man. Just bring it back. Um, I'm excited, man. I'm excited, and I've tried to like contain it because, like I said, they pump faked us before. Was like, hey, this year, and I got excited, and then they be like, nope, not this year. So I've been trying to hold off, but when they dropped that little teaser trailer, I was like, oh, no, 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 no,
They was like, this the
they
one.
I'm like, nah, they for real. They for real this time. They for real this time. It's been 10 years, man. Um, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I was talking to one of the coaches on the staff, and he was talking to some of the players on our team, and some of them don't really remember like NCAA 14 or never really played it, so they don't even know. So it's like y'all don't like what like
Yeah. Yeah.
huh? So like for us, it's like bro,
How you don't
what do
know?
you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like how you not know? But it's like, oh man. So I'm excited, man. Like that's all I played was Dynasty and Road to Glory. That's all I did, Dynasty and Road to Glory. So I'm on it. I'm on it for sure. I'm on it for sure, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm glad they finally got the deal done. I'm glad that they are all the NIL stuff that they need to get taken care of. They're getting all that taken care of, and that was the biggest thing, man. That was holding them up. They were trying to figure out, if they wanted to pay the players for the game, and it's like,
yeah.
man, just do it, man. We ain't saying you got to give them everything. Just give them a little something. The $600 and a free copy. That's enough. That's enough. We good. Get them boys the game. and we good. Pay them a little bit, put some money in their pockets because they being featured on the football game and sell it. They going EA is about to make a lot of money.
A lot.
I mean, they about to make a lot of money, and Xbox and PlayStation about to make a lot of money too, because people going out and they about to get these new consoles and stuff for this game, man. Like they about to break the bank with this one. So I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for sure. I'm beyond excited.
Yeah, I mean, I am too, bruh. Just because it's kind of like if there's one game everybody anybody is willing to play,
There's
that
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 one.
was that was the one. Like because some people might be like, man, I don't really care for 2K like that. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
care for Madden like that. But it was like, man, you like, hey, you trying to play NCAA? Huh?
Load it up.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah. What's
go.
up? Yeah, what's up? Like, like, man, I remember just like being on campus in school, bro. Folks would be hours,
Man,
hours
what?
just playing
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I mean? Like, there was other games that they had. Yeah, of course, every now and again somebody would want to be in there and play a little 2K, play a little Madden. But I mean, people would just line up for hours and play the college football, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was crazy, bro. Like, I mean, but that's just because of just the bona fide fanatics that college football has, man. Just the
Yeah.
the pureness of it. And I know, like, it's gonna be a little different now because you got the NIL and the transfer portal and
Yeah. You
all
got all that stuff.
the realignment and everything like that. It's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little weird, but at the end of the day, we got it. We've been waiting what 10, 12 years.
Yeah. Something
You
like
know what I'm
that, dude.
saying? So we're talking about, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. So can't really say that worrying about how this is gonna look, how that is gonna look. That's gonna come with it. The kinks and everything
Mm-hmm.
will get straightened out. It's just glad, like you said, finally we ain't been getting pump faked on it for so long. Like we've
Man.
been hearing for you, man. It's coming back. All right, all
Mm-hmm.
right. No, no, it's not coming back. All right, it's coming back. No, no, no. All right, yeah. And which in the stories reported, it's been told, they really have been pushing to trying to get it back. They were trying to figure out like, hey, how much should we pay these players, and they should get
Mm-hmm.
paid. But of course, the NCAA, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. The
Yeah.
NCAA.
There you
That's
go.
I say more, but
Mm-hmm.
neither here nor there. Yeah, man. I mean, I can't wait. Like, yeah, EA about to make a lot of money for sure. They about to make a
Mm-hmm.
lot of money. EA, Xbox, PlayStation. Yeah, it's finna be crazy. It's finna be
Mm-hmm.
crazy. No doubt, no doubt. So of course, can't wait for that, man. And then I also got news a couple days ago that playoff committee go ahead and unanimously vote on the format for the 12-team playoff. We knew the 12-team playoff was coming this year for this upcoming season, but now they unanimously voted on the format. So it's going to be the 5+7 format. They were going to do 6-6, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously with pretty much the Pac-12 pretty much dismantling, um, they went on ahead and decided to go with the 5+7 format, which pretty much gives the highest ranked conference champions from the power schools, which would be the ACC, Big Ten, Big 12, and the SEC, to have that, and also the highest ranked group of five conference
Mm-hmm.
champ would be in those rankings, and then the seven at larges would pretty much be uh the seven highest ranked teams
Mm-hmm.
remaining after they rank those teams, which I think is pretty cool. I'm glad that they kind of went into that format because I think if they would have did 6-6, they would have hurt a lot of people's chances and everything like that. But I mean, you look into it and it's just like, okay, well, the Big Ten has what 16, 18 teams coming in there now. When you add in all the schools they got, and SEC is gonna have 16 now. We're adding Texas and Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of those are the two kind of major super conferences now because they have majority of the teams in their conference.
Yeah.
Um, and then you look at it from this perspective, right? I which I wonder how you feel about it, but You got a team like Notre Dame who's still trying to do this whole independent thing,
Mm-hmm.
but them not being in a conference, even if they were to go undefeated, they couldn't get none of the top four spots because apparently that is going to go to the conference champions, and them not being technically in a conference, even though majority of the teams that they play is in the ACC now,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not in a conference. I don't know. I think that could may not bode well for them. So I know we felt like for a minute 12 is kind of a bit much, but you know, how do you think that impacts everything, especially the fact that we're pretty much now short one major conference?
Yeah. I've always thought that it needed to be the power. If we're going to expand, it needed to be the five champions. I've always said six, but regardless, it's 12 now. Five conference champs and the best group of five school. So I'm cool with that, especially with the Pac-12 dissolving. Five conference champs, or you know, four the power four now, conference
Yeah.
champions, and then you add large. I mean, not you add large, but the best group of five conference champions. I'm good with that. And then the seven at largest, I'm cool. I think the same thing. If it was still five conferences, I think the Power Five champions, your best group of five school, and then from then on, it is what it is. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
cool with that. For a team like Notre Dame that's independent, that'll be if they're going to hold true to what you're saying, is that the top four conference champions, the best conference champions are going to have those top four spots. That'll be interesting because if Notre Dame goes undefeated one year, what are they going to do? Are you going to put them at five? Like they're going to be left out of potentially having like that first round bye? Like that would be interesting to me, to see what they do. But also it gives Notre Dame some incentive to, hey man, like you might want to go ahead and jump in one of these conferences. You might want to go ahead and jump in the ACC. Um, you're already playing them anyways. Excuse me, you're already playing them anyways. You might as well jump in. Obviously, the Big Ten, just from a location standpoint, makes the most sense, but they're not playing Big Ten teams. So, um, I don't know. Did they even play Michigan this year? I thought that's normally a game. I don't think they played Michigan this year.
No, they don't,
Um,
because before what they used to do was most of the teams that they ended up playing, even though they were independent, they did play a lot of the Big Ten teams. Like
yeah, them have
they
been.
would play Michigan, Michigan State. Every now
Yeah,
and again they would go play
mm-hmm,
a Minnesota or whatever. Then of course you throw in their rivalry game with USC, and everything
mm-hmm,
like that. So
yeah,
I don't
but
know, and I think it's because everything else that every other sport they have is technically in a conference, which is in the
yeah, yeah,
ACC.
yeah,
So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So I feel it, but yeah, I think that it could push some incentive for them to join the conference. I still don't think Notre Dame's going to join the conference. I think they're going to do what they do. If Notre Dame's undefeated, they're going to be in the playoff regardless. It's just whether or not they get one of those top four slots. So that'll be interesting. I have no issue with the format with the 5 and 7. I think that's how it needs to be. Um, so I have no issue. The issue that I have is that it's 12 teams. That's it. But I got to get over that because it's happening. So um, I think it just pushes some of those independent schools, some of those independent institutions to be like, all right, we got to join a conference if we want that first, because I would imagine they have to do a bye for those top four. I gotta get in the conference so I can give my give my squad a bye and get one of those top four seeds. So I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. It'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. And I've seen some stuff about them even talking about extending it past 12 teams. I'm gonna go and let you know right now, man. We getting into some real hot water, man. If we talking about extending this thing past 12, the national championship next year is on January the 20th, dude. These dudes are gonna be in the spring semester. They're gonna be in the spring, well into the spring semester, and then have to turn around and jump right into off season training, man. Like we're going to get dudes hurt. Like we're going to get players hurt, man. Like we are. trying to make some money. We're gonna get some dudes hurt for real. Like you got a lot of schools that start spring ball in February, man. Like a lot of schools start spring ball in February. Obviously, you have to modify your schedule if you just got through playing in January the 20th. You're not gonna turn around and have spring ball 3 weeks later in the middle of February. But there are cutoffs. Like there are rules where you have to spring ball has to be done before finals or a week before finals start and everything. So I played national championship January 20th. I give these dudes, you might give them a week off and then say, okay, that last week of January, off season training. Well, you can't you can't get into a real winter workout session because at some point you got to start spring ball. When you gonna have spring ball? Because there's a cutoff. Like it's we're gonna get some dudes hurt, man. We're gonna get some dudes hurt if we extend this thing past 12. And so we'll see. We'll see, man. It's a money grab. Like now, yeah, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, man. But like,
Well, hey, they discussing it. They already are because
we haven't even seen what
the
12 looks like, man. Like,
true, true. But the format. So I guess what it is, the contract that they have for the playoff, uh, is is you got this year and next year. So I guess they're trying to figure out a new contract format. So then they're talking about wanting to see about possibly 14 teams come 26 come towards that playoffs. The only
this not basketball, man.
the only thing about that is like, okay, at that point, do you I feel like at that point you have to like cut out, well, I don't want to say cut off, but you gotta be like, okay, look, this conference can only have a certain amount of teams. Because think about it, right? If you do 14, knowing that we got 16 teams in the SEC, right? And you got, I think, you got about what, 17, 18 in the Big Ten now? Like,
Yeah, the Big Ten is
when you,
deep.
yeah. So you talking about, a total of what, 30, what's that, quick math, 18, 16. We're talking about 34
34.
teams.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about 34 teams from two conferences combined, right? And you literally can name, I mean, if we're thinking about teams who's normally in the mix that could still be in there, you could probably name off 14
Between those
with
two.
those two conferences alone.
You're
So
right. Yeah.
are you gonna, if you're gonna get to that point where you do 14, you you got to, in the words of BMF, man, you got to cut some of these folk water off, man. You got to cut some of these folk water off, man. You can't
Yeah.
necessarily just, because at that point, if I see it to where it's just we got a 14 team playoff and majority of them is the Big Ten and the SEC, and then of course
Mm-hmm.
you can't rule out the Group of Five because you're still gonna throw them in that mix. So now that I don't know. That's gonna be kind of tough. I I think 14 is too many.
Yeah.
I'm with you with that because now that's an extra game or two that you're talking about now again, and then trying to figure out how to, like you said, modify your schedule and everything like
Mm-hmm.
that. Granted, don't get me wrong, right? Like I saw like a tweet or something about how, like, when you look at the way the schedule is made out as a football fan, it's like, okay, week after week you're constantly getting college, NFL, college,
Mm-hmm.
NFL, college, and going into that's cool, but I'm like, God damn, we talking about a season starting in September, and well, for some it's gonna be August this year.
Because week 0.
Yeah, some is gonna be
Yeah.
August. So we talking about late August, all the way up to January,
Like these not
to
we're
the
not
middle of
this
January,
we're not in the
almost
pros.
the
Yeah.
end.
We're not in the pros, man. We're
That's a
not in the
long
pros.
time, bro. That's a long time. And I'm not saying that they can't do it or it can't be done, but I just think we need to take baby steps. Let's just focus on
Mm-hmm.
this 12. Let's keep it at we kept it at 4 for what, 10 years? 10,
Yeah.
11, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just do 12.
Let's see what it looks like.
Like, don't get me wrong. I know the FCS does, I know they do more than 12 themselves. I know they do quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But they have it
they start
Their
right out the
system
gate.
work. Yeah, it
Yeah, and they
works.
start
It
right out the
works.
gate.
It's not
it's
no
not the
little
bowl
break.
games and stuff. It's like
Yeah,
no, we rolling right
yeah,
into
yeah,
we
yeah.
rolling
So it's
right
kind of
into
like if you want to head that way and do it, if you want to add more teams and want to make the playoff like that, these bowl games gonna have to go.
it.
But you're not gonna do that. Why? At the end of the
I don't
day, I
know,
know they
man.
not. I know they not. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm,
So I don't
mm-mm.
know. I know it's just a thought, a conversation that they're trying to have,
Yeah.
to bump it from 12 to 14. I just, I don't know. I think 12
I
is,
also think the Pac-12 is going to end up coming back, but that's just that's
hmm.
I think the Pac-12 will be back. I think the Pac-12 will be back.
You think they just gonna pretty much just grab all the teams from the Mountain West and just tell them, hey,
Well, no, I think some of those schools are going to
we'll jump.
realize we'll
Hmm.
go back in. I think some of those schools are making some of these long trips across the country because everybody's thinking about football, but what happens when the softball team has to go? UCLA softball team has to go play at Rutgers and then come back to LA and has to go back out in 3 days to play in Illinois and then down to Indiana and then come back and then the soccer team has to do the same thing and the tennis team has to do the same thing and the swimming team has to do the same thing and on and on and on. Like everybody's talking about football and thinking about football. Yeah, it might be okay. They might figure out, their budget. They could figure it out. But some of these other programs and other sports that don't have the same funding that football or men's and women's
Back.
basketball
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
I think at a certain point somebody, yeah, we gotta for the betterment of all athletics, we might need to come on back to the Pac 12
Like just imagine,
to the West Coast, not yeah.
right, but like just imagine like as a parent, right, that you live in your child, or y'all went to school, y'all went to high school,
Mm-hmm.
and let's just say they lived in Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
and your child has a scholarship to go play tennis for Oregon State, or not even Oregon State, let's just say Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And now when they have this tennis matchup that they got to go and play against Northwestern, where is it where you and it's got to be out there in Chicago? Where is it where you can find time to leave from Eugene or whatever part of Oregon
Mm-hmm.
you're from to go out to Chicago and then back? Like it's just
Yeah, it's gonna
logistically that's tough
it's
for
gonna be rough.
for the other sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, obviously for football, basketball,
I think even some baseball programs,
maybe, yeah, maybe some
maybe a
baseball
couple
programs
baseball programs,
it's
but they got to
okay,
be
but
the
then
better programs.
yeah, yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
then but when we're talking about you know, see, especially with the far as the fact with the Big Ten goes, like it's because they grabbed the West Coast teams. Like I think for the SEC is I don't want to say perfect, but damn near right because
They still
literally
cool. Yeah.
that's still geographically all of that can still be done. Like the furthest west you're going to go is Oklahoma and Texas.
Mm-hmm.
The furthest what north is what
It's
Kentucky,
Kentucky.
Missouri.
Yeah, right in there, Kentucky, Missouri. Further
Obviously,
south is gonna be Gainesville,
yeah, and out in east is what probably what Columbia probably.
South Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
it's all there for everybody for it to work out. Like they're gonna be fine. That's why I don't think unless they think about wanting to add Florida State and another team, I don't think the SEC would think about even wanting anybody else right now because
Mm-hmm.
literally everybody they have is right there.
Yep.
Will it be some longer trips? Will that be a long? That's going to be a long trip for when South Carolina has to play Oklahoma. That's a long trip. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not
It can
like
be done. Yeah.
yeah. I rather it be all right. We leaving from Columbia to Norman than from L.A. to Piscataway.
Yeah, and it's the
Like
same thing for the ACC too. Like ACC, they grabbed Stanford and Cal Berkeley. Like
that's
you
tough.
see, I mean,
That's
you literally
tough.
going coast to coast from Cal Berkeley to Georgia Tech, from Cal Berkeley to playing the U down in the Glaze, like down in the Garden. Like that's tough, man.
That's
So
tough,
that's
man.
just my 2 cents. I think the Pac-12 is going to end up. I think some of those schools are going to end up. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's figure something out because this is not what we initially thought it was going to be. So that's my take on it. That's my take on it.
Yeah, some's gonna have to give, man. I get it. Like, you trying to make sure that you trying to make sure you don't miss the money. I'm not, because I get
Hmm.
it. You want to make sure that you can get all this stuff funded, but then it's just like, at what cost are we gonna keep doing this? You know what I
Yep.
mean? At what cost are we gonna keep doing this? And it's just, and then I just look at it for just a pure just sport aspect of it and the rivalry aspect of it. Like, now, what I'm saying, we're talking about some of these games that was supposed to be played ain't gonna get played
Hmm.
no time soon, right? Like, I mean, I think I just saw a graphic not too long ago where, for example, Missouri and Kansas hadn't played a football game, I think, since that year. Well, they both were like in the top three, top five. No, that was 2007. My bad, but probably like, I
Okay.
think it was what, 2010, 2011, before Missouri left out and went
Left.
to
I
the
think they joined
SEC.
like
So
2013, 2014 was
yeah,
the first
so
year.
that's a
That's
long
tough.
time that they hadn't played each other. This. Now it's about to happen like that with some other schools that's in the same damn state. Like,
Yeah.
we don't know when Oregon State is gonna play each other again. We don't know when Washington State gonna play each other again. Just because with all this going on, like,
Hmm.
I
It's
don't know,
rough.
man. I don't know, man. But I'm with you. Someone's gonna have to give, and I hope that does happen. That eventually they just end up realizing, like, look, let's just do it this way. Keep it all back here. Let's come together and figure out how we can generate these
Hmm.
funds, generate this revenue, and that way we can get, kind of still into this, share with it or something. Because it's just, I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't
I'm right
know.
there with you.
I don't know, but interesting to see what's going to happen with that, with this format coming into the next season for sure, because it's drawing a lot of questions. I mean, it makes sense, and and logically it sounds okay, but then, like,
Hmm.
once the games get played and we're trying to figure out what happens,
Hmm.
then where do we go from here? You know what I mean? So, uh, yeah, definitely gonna be interesting to see what goes on with that. But man, we get ready to wrap up here another episode. You got anything you want to say to the people?
Same as always, man. Continue to talk to your loved ones, check in on them, call them, text them, whatever it is. Um, we are coming up on 2 months into the year, so whatever those New Year resolutions, whatever goals you had for the year, don't forget those. Continue to strive to accomplish those goals. Don't forget about them as we get deeper into 2024. And appreciate the support and looking forward to another episode for sure. Um, yeah, that's it. Baseball's around the corner, so I'm about to get ready to watch these Braves, man. I need them to. They did me dirty the last 2 years, so I need them to get right. It's that time, but the Dodgers keep stacking the deck, so we'll see. Outside of that, though, that's it. Appreciate the support. Be ready for another episode. Keep striving towards your goals. Um, keep talking to your loved ones, man. Talk to your loved ones. Whenever you have that feeling, man, talk to them. Whether it's a text or whatever. We ain't got that feeling. Holla at them.
Yeah, for sure, man. Out of all teams, Otani goes to, though, right?
I mean,
You know, yeah, no,
of course,
I'm
of
like,
course,
really, really.
of course, he
Out of
would be
all the
signed with the
teams you gotta
Dodgers.
go to, you gotta go
Of
to
course.
the. Yeah, and I'm not a Braves fan, but I'm just thinking like, golly, I'm just thinking the Dodgers are they already got Mookie, you know,
They got Freddie out there,
Freddie
and
out
that's the
there.
thing
I'm
because
like,
it's just like
golly, bro, y'all,
my
come
thing
on,
is
man.
we got to figure out how to get past Philly in the playoffs first. So let's
I
we're
feel
gonna
that.
stop there. But
I
it's
feel
like the
that.
Dodgers are all if it's okay, who's coming out the NL? Braves, Dodgers. Like what it's gonna be, and then you go and get Otani and like okay, appreciate it. Like, golly,
For real,
like
man.
bro.
For real.
So, but yeah, man. So that's what that is, man. I'm going to a game this year. I still have not been down there to Truist Park. I haven't been to the new stadium yet. So I'm
Mm.
going this summer. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going.
That
Got
that
to.
that yeah, that might be a move. That's not. I think that's not a bad idea. I might have to take you up on that offer, bro, for sure, for sure, for sure. Make a
Yeah.
little trip down there, man. But same for me. I mean, yeah, just keep working, man. Keep grinding what y'all doing, man. We appreciate the support. We is definitely appreciated. Continue to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on all the social medias. We generally appreciate it. Uh, yeah, man, getting ready here for to finish up this month, going into the next month. Just continue to strive for that greatness, man. Push yourselves.
Hmm.
You know, find that balance. You know what I'm saying? When you feel like you're getting overloaded and it's time for you to get that R&R, do it.
Hmm.
Do it. You know what I'm saying? If you need to, some of y'all couldn't use your phone today. You know what I mean? And it's okay. That could have been a sign. That could have been a sign right there to be like you need to reset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes we do, man. We like on the serious tip. Sometimes we do get so engraved, man, with our cell phone and everything like that. It's okay that
Hmm.
you can just take the time to just put it down, relax it, and everything like that, just to kind of get yourself back together in the groove of it, man, for sure.
No,
But
no, no.
um, man, love black women, cherish black women, protect black women. No means no.
No means no.
You know, as time is moving along, man, we got to make sure that we on our p's and q's, man. Keep them i's dotted and t's crossed, for sure. Um, Man, really, I think that's really it. I don't really have anything else, man. I'm trying to make sure I ain't forget anything, man. I'm trying to make sure I ain't forget nothing. Nobody. Let me see. Nobody got into it over the weekend. I don't think.
Nah,
No, no,
nah, nah.
no. Let me
None,
see.
none like that.
Trying to think. Real quick though, real quick. I know it's a ways away. It's a
Hmm.
ways away, but are you? It's I know it's in April, but are you gonna watch Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia?
Oh, for sure.
For sure, for sure.
For sure.
I
And I know we don't gotta pick it. We don't gotta pick it right now, but I know who I'm
Yeah.
picking too. And I'm watching Tank
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
Frank
Tank and
Martin.
Frank Martin. That
Yeah,
has
Tank
been
and
that
Frank
was
Martin.
announced
That's been
today. That
announced. Oh
that's who
yeah.
I was. That's who I really was trying to think about, but that
Yeah,
hit me
yeah.
first.
Tank and
You
Frank
know.
Martin too. I'm watching both of them. I got both of
Yeah,
those
for
on
sure.
tap.
For sure, man. I can't wait. I haven't decided on who I'm picking that Haney Garcia fight. I
Oh,
need
I
I
got
need a
that
little
one.
bit of time. I need a little bit of time. I think I know who I'm leaning towards, but I'm gonna wait for that time to be.
We can
Oh, scouting combine comes up. I think in a few days, actually. Yeah, I think next week or few more days here. Yeah, I think next Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. It'll
might
it'll
be
uh,
coming soon.
it'll
Hmm.
be here before you know it, for sure. But yeah, man, continue to just support the podcast and everything like that. We truly do appreciate it. Till the next time, this has been another episode of the Easy Money Sports Podcast.
Peace.